Hello. So, this is Cityland. It's been uh, an endless demon coup, which I think is going to be brought to an end. So, I wanted to give it a little send off, a little recap. Um, so, here is probably my last Grand Champion fight. Uh, Sir Gonhard the Bolt. Bolt is better, but Bolt is it. So, yeah, so this will be his 75th win, coincidentally. Um, so he's just been beefed up for so long, and whatnot. I'll show you the rest of the stuff to show you why he's also so beefed up. But yeah, we'll just finish out the bank on the arena for this year, which I got for free at the beginning of this game. I just walked in, asked how much it was, and the guy gave it to me. So that was a decisive advantage on top of starting with an army of 100 demons, each with a battle score of 666. So, yeah, this has just been a brute force game. I've just kind of tried to be as evil and opportunistic as possible. And I guess the grand champion of Cityland could be an example of this in so many ways too, in that I just kind of used my ill-gotten gains to just beef him all the way up and just have a sure bet every year. Yeah, again, I mean, Narog, the evil, the sixth. This sounds pretty formidable, but I think that this one's in the bag. Yeah. That's just kind of how it goes every year for 75 years. So, um, yeah, so let's check it out. Let's see. So this is Cityland. For so year 271, I think that means that I've played 171 years of this. I think it started with 100 years. Um, so again, I started with the origin story of kind of just being a mole for the demonic overlord. So I guess we can go. Let's go to policies first because that's probably pretty indicative of probably some of the most indicative of how I've been playing this game. I've barely changed these. All I've done, I think the only policies that I've changed were when I got the demonic laws option, I made a demon kingdom just immediately, and then at one point I subsidized gambling at one point, so we'll go to that. Yeah, I subsidized the arena pretty deep in. After I already owned the arena, I already had it pretty much upgraded, and then that really helped me just have even more money, obviously. So yeah, I guess I haven't been taxing gambling, but whatever. So because I think that if I do, then that's like a lower betting limit or something. Anyways, yeah, banking tax has just always been in effect. And then sorry, the one other thing that I have changed since the beginning was at one point I kind of just breezed through a throne room visitor who asked me to stop arresting people. Period. Because the way he worded it just sounded kind of like, "Oh hey, let my friends out of jail, and then I'll give you a bunch of money." I was like, "Okay, whatever." I throw so many people in jail every year, so it's not a big deal. And yeah, so for like 100+ years of this game, I just stopped, like disproportionately arresting my, you know, citizens as soon as I could like encounter them. So it didn't really hurt me that badly, but that was a good pipeline. And then I made a celebration called Pipeline. Anyways, so yeah, I've been taxing everybody to hell because there's more taxing stuff elsewhere. Free enlistment, it's all regular stuff. Yep, haven't touched this the whole time. I think at one point I did do a goblin celebration, and that was fine. Um, yeah, I don't really do anything with the mercenaries. I don't really worry about them. Although my opponents, like the first batch of independent nations that the world generated with, formed a league of darkness against me at one point. So that was kind of when I had to think more about mercenaries than I otherwise would have, because then every year they would just all send mercenaries after me, and then eventually they would send mercenaries after me each, and then each also attack me. So through that, I became very strong. Cityland really excelled from that crucible. So let's see. Yep, that's about it. No way would I declare max execution law in Cityland again. Really crucial thing in my in Cityland in my policies or whatever, to kind of just have a pipeline of taking my entire prison population and turning them into soldiers, basically. Where were we? Um, yeah, it's a pipeline. After so many years of having one that was basically Mardi Gras, called Get Over It, which is basically every other year everybody get drunk and have a parade, and something else would happen. Yeah, and then I would just arrest every drunk person who came into my throne room and then make them into my soldiers. But after a while, that just got kind of tedious. I also hadn't really deduced how to use the steward automation yet, so I got rid of Get Over It and I made Pipeline so that I could. But I got rid of the drunk people, so I basically just made it a Gifts of Gold, and Royal Celebration and something else holiday. So it really just kind of cuts out a lot of pipelining, ironically enough, a lot of infrastructure to set up sort of a uh, easy source of troops when you just get straight up money instead, or just troops from people, because yeah, it's probably time to go to evil policies, because yeah, I've been evil, really fucking evil, kind of this whole time. So I didn't. I got rid of pillaging at some point, I guess. I didn't realize that, because yeah, that, I mean, again, turning all of my people, turning all of my prisoners into bandits and soldiers and whatnot, and then sending them out to go basically rob each other, just turning my whole population into this nightmare neoliberal hellscape. And curfew, another great way to just jack up prison population on top of the overzealous arrests already. Um, I guess I didn't do the walking tax. I guess that was too evil. I guess because my public opinion was negative 100 for almost the entire time, until I automated the steward thing, and then found out, like, oh my god, I can actually just get enough positive public opinion points to counteract all the negative ones from this horrible shit, taxing breathing, and objectively the worst, I'm going to say, I don't think it's really up for debate, is fucking slavery. So, because that was like, for me, that one was just, okay, it's evil, like, I'm gonna use it. Because also, like, in terms of the neoliberal hellscape thing, is like, okay, like, yeah, if I'm gonna run this shit so that, like, it says it's for everybody, but it's actually just to support horrible demon people, then this is what you would do. And then you would somehow make everybody cool with it, or just overwhelm them with other shit so that they just can't even get that mad about it. Just don't have the energy and resources to overthrow you, because nobody's overthrown me. I have 118 lands. My army just only grows every year automatically now. I don't even go recruit people anymore, and I end up with more. Part of that is that I've vassalized and annexed a number of nations through like 3 or 4 waves of like new land discoveries. All right, so yeah, so vassalized, blah blah blah. Picking up where I just paused. Let's see. So refugee camps, I couldn't really do anything with them. I started a war with them, and then I vassalized them, and then I got back into a war with them because it was my first time vassalizing somebody that then took themselves out of the vassalization. So I'm going to offer them some money. Yeah, so that's another way I've been growing my army, is just keep absorbing everybody. which I've done into the Ocean New Theocracy of Ymir, which was kind of the most powerful people on the map, just a bunch of cliff half giants. Um, and then, so I currently have the Black Oracles vassalized. I think that I already tried to annex them this year. I just try to do that every year. But like I said, they're not showing up on here because I don't think they do. Anyways, like I said, I, what I think I want to do to end this is basically try to overthrow the demonic overlord, because I haven't really looked at the wiki for this game, as I've played so much in Cityland, and then a few other games kind of with friends or whatever. I haven't so I didn't know that, like, it's very possible to just go to the demonic gate in the south of Aslona and try to overtake the demon lord, because I tried to do that at one point in my throne room. Actually, that's a good thing to go to. In my throne room, as somebody who started with this demon origin thing, is speak with demonic advisor and then communicate with demon overlord are two options that become part of this. They don't really do stuff every year. Like, it's kind of just a stock dialogue each time. But one of the options with talking to the demon overlord is to I'll just show you. Blah, 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 there he is. Yeah, Victulian, Hand of the Faithful, that's me. And then, yeah, so I don't wish you to serve you anymore, which I tried at one point. He just kills you. So not that I wasn't already playing that way, but taking that option and seeing what happened and then reloading before I did that was just another way that I was like, oh, I'll just, like, the origin story has a built-in end game, sort of just conquering the lands and giving over to the demonic overlord. Like, I assume that, that's kind of the point. It's to just, all right, I'm going to take over the land, and then I die, and then, but I'm like maybe the last one to die, but, I can play another game and find out, or maybe just, relive this one or whatever. But it's time to end Cityland, more or less, and open a new chapter, a new world. So we're going to attack this dude, but not this way. We're going to go knock on his door first instead of talk shit to him in a mirror. Actually, we can take a few other pieces of stuff real quick, because, part of it is to document that I kind of built this messed up, stupid, powerful thing. So, I have no peasants right now. Maybe I should change that. I can go hire a bunch of them. No problem. Probably at least a couple thousand. Dirt cheap. So, yeah, 18,000 demons is awesome, obviously. Super beneficial. They don't really show up in the troop tree comparisons. So, like, if your troop tree comparisons are already looking favorable, then you can kind of just sort of extrapolate, be like, well, I have 100 to, apparently tens of thousands of these guys on top of my other people. So, yeah, I think that I'm kind of more guaranteed to win. So there's that, and then there's my sort of peripheral whatever people. I guess my Knights of the Order of the Bad Boys. I think that there's supposed to be 20 of them. So I guess they've been reduced by 7, perhaps? Let's see. Yeah, we don't got to do anything with this stuff. I'm mostly just peeking. Everybody else is maxed out. I auto-trained everybody to the top, basically. I think the only one who's not leveled up. Yeah, this guy's the only one who's not leveled all the way up, because he's kind of a late addition. I kind of just started, as you can see, with 1,570 throne room visitors this year. It's not a holiday this year, or celebration this year. I'm not going through all those myself. So, yeah, we already saved. We got money. Let's see what happens. And then that could be the end. Like, we'll see if I just become ruler of hell and then go to the next game. Because really just the whole entire point of playing so evil is, like, exploiting the systems to see, what I can do to just kind of cheese my way through everything for when I do play games with, like, an agenda that isn't like, shameful, reprehensible, etc. I think that games, generally speaking, that's kind of the point of morality choices in games, is that I think by design, just in terms of like making a sort of moral verisimilitude or whatever, like a sort of realism to the game or whatever, is usually a matter of like, okay, like you have the option to take advantage of everything and get way further, way easier, but you lose the moral victory. You lose your soul or whatever. So like I think that like in terms of giving yourself like a tutorial run or like shortcut, easy way, sort of quick overview, however you want to frame it or whatever, of games that have various victory conditions, that generally or explicitly fall under different moral premises or acceptabilities. I think that usually one of the easier ways to go about it, to really get that overview, is to just be a piece of shit and use all the systems that get you ahead by being a piece of shit, because this game's a perfect example. Some of the systems are just, there's really not any good reason to do some of these things at all. So, except you really want to win. We can look at, I don't know, I feel like it's Plato's Republic, maybe. Talks about, like, dude got sold, like, Plato himself got sold into slavery. He's like, well, to have a functional republic or whatever. If it wasn't Plato, it was somebody else back then who's like, oh, well, if you got, we're trying to build a society here, and, if you don't just kind of accept that slaves are necessary for us non-slaves to have that, then I guess you just don't understand what civilization is. So, like, you're really ruling this place in terms of gameplay, and they really give you the and again, you can also just be incredibly disgustingly imperialistic and do all kinds of things in this game that I'm going to show more of with my next game, but also not show more of in the sense that I'm not going to be as evil as I was with Cityland, because even then there's tons of like I didn't learn how to do diplomacy until 100+ years into Cityland, when a friend who I introduced to the game introduced me to the entire diplomacy aspect of it. And then he just also recently, this is Sloppy Joe, he's on YouTube and Twitch and stuff. He Sloppy Joe 88, I think. But anyways, yeah, he introduced me to the fact that artifacts are apparently very useful. So yeah, that's another good thing to go to. Is we can go to my building. So I have the huge Goblin City State. I get like 3,000 free goblins a year, something like that, or up to. Yeah, my Grand Artifact Hall. So I built this. I was like, whatever, it costs money. I've literally just used it as apparently Orb of Chaos storage. Yeah, I didn't get any of these things. I was just like, oh, they're probably ornamental, whatever. So yeah, next game, I'm actually gonna explore that. Library, I did all that stuff. My prison's messed up and huge. And monster pit, I wanted to hire another monster real quick because I lost one. So blah blah blah, we're gonna send these guys to get some monsters. All right, this beast is probably for you. It's a fat rectangular head with closed eyes and sharp teeth and a stubby skeletal body. Sounds formidable. Doesn't sound goofy at all. Doesn't sound top heavy. We got to buy him. I lost another monster too. Shit. Okay, well, I wanted to lose that other ugly monster anyways. Oh, look at it. Whoa. All right, cool. I'm into it. Sounds great. And we're gonna upgrade these guys before we go into this very exciting epic battle. Literally epic, like an epic poem. All kinds of mythic creatures. There we go. Okay. And then we fight, I think. Yeah, I mean, kingdom upgrades, I could show you that, but it's just literally everything is upgraded. Do another save. Okay, Now let's go. So it should be on here. Okay, yeah, bro, I know. Oh, they're not. Oh, shit. All right. Well, I guess we. Oh, they got beaten back. I guess pushback is like when they get pushed back in 1 year, because it's on a cycle. If they get pushed back, then they don't come back out for another couple of years. So, all right, we'll just kind of rush through this. Oh my God. Okay, but by the way, 312 public opinion. Oh my God. I feel like that. I feel like maybe the public opinion um, uh, decreases for like the negative scores for it for doing horrible things might kind of underestimate how horrible these things are and kind of make them way too easy to sweep under the rug. Yeah, these bandits in my territory, they gotta go. They just formed. I don't feel like dealing with them. Well, I don't feel like dealing with them after this. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah. Finally got one of the rulers to be one of my champions. Oh. I guess I need to be hiring my bandits more. Yeah, so let's get this little scroll. All right, cool. Hmm. All right. Actually, duh. So instead of ending the year and trying to attack the demon horde that way, which is not even what I meant to do in the first place, I'm going to go actually to the south to the demon gate and attack that because I think that's how the wiki sort of worded it. And again, I've only read 2 pages of the wiki so far, and I'm really not trying to jump into others. Like I found the Demon Gate one because I was looking up the origin stories one because I was looking at the list of those, and just I was like, oh, I'll click on Demon Gate, and then like one of the only pieces of information on it was like, attack it to go defeat Demon Overlord. I was like, oh, yeah. So the demonic horde gets pushed back regularly by the other independent nations that are powerful or whatever, and yeah, I'll just go in there. So I'll go to my favorite region in this demon playthrough. Um, Obviously, the south, which is full of demons and demon people, like the Arasuk, and the cave gnomes a little bit too. Honestly, they're a little bit uh, evil. Dark nomads seem pretty evil, so I didn't fuck with them too much. Didn't need to show them who was boss because I think they know it's demons. Oh, I going to the wrong thing. Yeah, I tried to attack the pirate king, and he was just like, huh, no, just really swiftly and decisively no. And then I was just forever forbidden access to that part of the southern realm from that point forward. So yeah, we're gonna go to the demon gate, which I have over 10 times as many demons as the demon gate itself. So I feel like this is probably gonna go okay. Are you gonna have to send more than this? Yes. Derek Darkblood and the question mark guy. I'm not so sure those two are gonna work out. Like I'm really just putting them through it to make them die quicker if that's what they're fated to do. Love this guy. I'm gonna keep him. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, these gotta get killed. Oh. Well, I guess it stands to reason that the demon's battle score is probably commensurate to the demon battle scores of the demons I've had because they're from the same place and the same guy, the demonic overlord. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to watch the battle, which is a little anticlimactic, but whatever. All right. Oh, okay. Whatever. Well, he just wasn't any. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You head toward the Citadel, home of the demonic overlord. There is a very terrifying and powerful energy surrounding the Citadel. As you get nearer to the gate, a larger crack is heard. You freeze before noticing a large door in front of the demon tower open. As the door swings open, a horrifying, hulking figure emerges from within, taller than 10 men. The demon overlord steps forward. You find yourself lost, staring at him, and before you know it, you are surrounded by 600 demons. Still, 600, 600 is not even as many as he had guarding the thing. Come on, dude. Too bad I figured this out, butthole. What am I? Yeah, whatever. I'll send half my troop. Nah. Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. I'll send over half of my. Go, let's crush them. Let's do this. And I'll toss some of these. Oh, I didn't. Still won. All right. So, with City Land wrapped up, more or less, the idea with City Land was always to play as evil as possible. Well, or nearly, because even then I still couldn't bring myself to do some things. Like, it just seemed like too much. I was already proving my point, basically, by benefiting so much from doing evil shit that I didn't have to worry about as much on that end, so that I could sort of figure out other systems or whatever, get a feel for more of the overall game without having to worry about sort of money and military as much. So we're gonna start a new game and not play evil, like I've been looking forward to. Yeah, we'll do fully random. Yep. So after City Land went on so long, I kind of thought, well, I broke the game like by giving myself endless time. I just literally made this endless, like, you know, having the time limit would kind of be, you know, in some ways fun that in a way that endless can't be. So, but Sloppy Joe with Dirt Hold, which he's posted on YouTube, he didn't play evil, didn't make it easy for himself, kind of made choices more authentically, and there were consequences for them that I didn't have to experience. So, like, him having a time limit on Dirt Hold ended up being sort of like the reason that he was, I don't know, feeling the opposite, basically. You know, he felt that he didn't get to do nearly enough, whereas I felt like I got to do too much and got too good. So I think that, you know, no time limit is still a good way to do this, because playing more authentically or whatever, and also recording it, which I didn't really do for City Hold, because with City Hold, also part of the point was to like use save states and whatever to game it so that I could figure things out or whatever. Like with this one, I'm not going to do that, or at least as much, because I'm recording it. The idea now is like, okay, I got a feel for the game, so I can sort of play it more roguelike style, more run based, more ephemerally. So we're going with no time limit. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome to sort of rearrange the game creation options, so that, like, at least the randomly generated ones are up front, so you can kind of, if you're going to make custom ones on the ones that don't have random generation, then you can kind of tailor your custom name to whatever comes out of the random generator ones, and sort of have a more cohesive thing. Because, like, with Cityland, I kind of just slapped words in there, and like they were kind of, you know, they were kind of like realistic or immersive or, you know, coherent or whatever, but they were still a little bit mad libby, like fill in the blanky. So do custom. All right. God damn it. Oh, that's a really good one, but again, my tight dude, Sloppy Joe, just did Dirt Hold. So I guess I should. Yeah, I'll give up Dirt Walk. Okay. Okay. Kingdom of Honkoria. All right. All right, cool. So, one thing that I'd be so curious to dig into in the secrets of this game at one point is what bearing the color of these landscapes at this screen in world creation might mean. Because sometimes it's red, sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's yellow. I think green and blue are others that I've seen. Yeah, anyways, though, so I think that's pretty standard uh, for each world to always have men, goblins, and demons, and then have 5 additional factions generated at a time, more or less. So abyssal godlings are probably pretty strong. These names are significant to sort of their military and biological or whatever attributes, their attitude, their leadership, and stuff like that. Divine Gilgools, again, like divine and godlings and stuff. These are words that generally mean stronger. But Steel Fawn, I'm gonna guess they're not gonna be super strong. The Beastly Corpse Lords, also, I imagine that they're probably like a little shambolic, being corpse lords. And the Marauding Minotaurs are probably not weak, and they're probably not civilized enough to talk to or whatever. So they're probably like. So here you go. All right. So again, with Cityland, I did leave it up to fate, but I got number 6, which worked out great because you get 100 demons that are stronger than basically everybody else's units each. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with leave it up to fate again for Honkovia. Oh fuck me. All right, here we go again. If I didn't, okay. So yeah, Honkovia. Same origin story as Cityland, which is fine, but I already played around that. I think that Honkovia, it's a great world, whatever, but it's just gonna have to go to, you know. Oh, damn it. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, my brain is so confused by creating worlds and then destroying them without a complete thought. Okay. God damn it. I'm gonna say I haven't gotten this like goldenrod landscape thing on the screen before. Anyways, let's see what we got. Canyon Elders, Resurrected Tritons, Northeastern Goblins, Plain Snotlings, and the Wasteland Dwarfs. Okay, cool. I feel like the Canyon Elders and the Resurrected Tritons are probably pretty tough. I'm gonna be worried about them. Alright, we're gonna leave it up to fate again. If we get Demon Lord, I'm gonna scream. What the hell? Here we go again. Oh, ugh. Maybe I should have thought for 3 more seconds that kingdom of no kingdom. Ugh. who we got? Ashfawn bet they're weak. Barbaric Forest Godlings, gonna say they're probably not weak. The Happy Hell Magogs, probably also not weak. Crying Ski Rocks, gonna say they're probably weak. And the Lost Orc sound pretty weak to me. We'll find out. Look at this. Hell yeah. This is how Cityland started too. And it was very beneficial because duh. But specifically because instead of bankrupting myself betting on the fights, I could just keep investing in this as an industry more so, to the point where, like, once it's all fully upgraded, I could just sit there and gamble like a derelict and love it and not have as much to risk. Thanks, Burger. Alright. We can give Sergio the Belly Buster, or just Sergio Belly Buster a try. Well, I like his style though, so we're gonna anoint him first. And give him 5 more. Yeah, so now he's Sir Sergio Belly Buster. Now I feel, oh. Well, let's see what happens. We'll make it a small one.
Overkill!
All right. Ah, there we go.